Okay, welcome to Unit 3. This is a very large unit with a lot going on, okay? This is your research topic, your research paper unit. Your research topic is due right at the end of spring break. You have two discussions that are due this coming Sunday night. Those are about plagiarism. Plagiarism is a big problem in college, okay? I know how to find plagiarism. I don't expect you to plagiarize, but I still be looking for it, okay? So the discussions that are due Sunday night help you kind of be aware of some of these issues. They also help you know what plagiarism is. Sometimes students plagiarize just accidentally. All right, you just don't quite understand what it is. Don't do it. I'll see it. I'll catch it. All right, so don't even be tempted. So the plagiarisms kind of help walk you. The discussions help walk you through that. All right. Finding a topic is a critical issue for this unit. You need to find a good topic for yourself. All right, this is always the case in college. It's always the case in business, right? When you get out in the real world, you need to find material that works well for you. Okay, don't think high school anymore. We've already gone over Unit 1, which the whole unit was about the fact that you're not in high school anymore. All right, so I walk you through this process, okay? If you'll look at items 4.1, 4.2, and 4.3 in the learning module, they walk you through the process of finding a good topic. And this will be the same thing when you take W133. It'll be critical that you find a good topic for your research paper, okay? And another thing, research papers are different in college. I try to explain this, and Unit 2 was a lot about that, all right? We're expecting you to analyze the material, not repeat it, okay? High school research papers is usually about just combining a lot of material that you read and walking away from it. You don't learn anything that way, okay? The way you learn is you synthesize material, you analyze material, you make new meaning out of it. And that'll be the point, will be to tell each other, because you're going to read these papers before I do, all right? Tell each other what you've learned, all right? Don't just repeat it. Say what you've learned. That's what analysis is. So you need to find a good topic, one that's important to you personally, all right, for this to work well. And that's the whole goal. Why would you write a research paper about something that's a waste of time? I don't want you wasting your time in this class, okay? So topic selection. Your topic paper is due at the end of spring break. It's just one page long, but I guarantee you I expect a full page, not one line less, all right? You can go more. I've seen students turn in 2, 3, 4 pages for a topic paper. By the way, you don't need to turn in a writer's memo with a topic paper because the topic paper is kind of like a writer's memo. Okay, so once again, items 4.1, 4.2, and 4.3 help you find your topic. Please, please, please look at those first, all right? So you have two discussions due about plagiarism at the end of this week. When you get back from spring break, you have the topic paper due, all right? Sunday night, March 13th, topic paper is due. That said, I'm going to be spending spring break grading your Faulkner analysis. I'm sorry I can't get to them sooner, but I'm crazy at IPFW this week with academic duties, okay, with administrative duties, committees, and that kind of thing. The big other thing coming down the road, all right, I'll just give you the whole dates now, all right, real quickly. So you have your topic paper due on the 13th, all right. Then you have what's called an annotated bib. And an annotated bib, bibliography, is a compilation of all your research to that point and a couple paragraphs about that research and also having it correctly cited and formatted for your works cited list. This is difficult, okay? But I walk you through the process very carefully. But that's due March 27th. Put a big red star on March 27th. Lots of work, very, very hard project, okay? Then the actual paper itself will be due to peer review on April 10th, and we're doing peer review very rigorously for this paper. We didn't do it rigorously for the earlier work. Okay, this time you're going to do very thorough peer review because I don't want you turning in to me a draft. Too many of you are turning in drafts to me. I don't want to look at drafts anymore. Okay, they tire me out. Okay, I've already been over your sentence fragments. I've already been over your lack of formatting, all that kind of stuff. We're done with that. You're in college now. You're well through this semester. You got to get it right. I don't need to look at that again. Okay. So your peers can help you find those errors. All right. So by April 10th, you need to have a fully developed research paper turned into your peers. You have till the end of that week, April 17th, to review 3 other papers. Okay. And I put you in groups, by the way. You'll be in smaller groups this time. And then your actual draft, the actual polished draft to me will be due on the 24th. So these are your really big dates. 13th is the topic paper. You need to give a lot of thought, a lot of consideration. March 27th is your annotated bib, which is a very difficult project. And then your first draft of the paper is due April 10th to peer review. And then your thoroughly revised draft is due to me on April 24th. Okay. In the meantime, if you have any spare time, you can be working on revising your first paper. You want to be doing that because that's due into your portfolio by May 8th, and then you'll have a final exam due on May 9th, and I'll make sure you understand that more thoroughly. But you get to revise your first paper, the literacy narrative. You get to revise the Faulkner paper, and you get to revise the research paper. Okay. You might notice that item 5 in the table of contents for Unit 3 is something called Ask the Librarian. The librarian, we have her on board now. She's the research librarian, and she'll talk to you about your topic if you'd like, give you ideas, okay? And she'll also point you to relevant research. She won't do the research for you, but she'll kind of walk you through the steps of doing it. Now, that said, I also have some lectures that are critical, items 3.1, 3.2. Those are very, very critical, okay? They help you use Academic Search Premier, and they help you use Opposing Viewpoints Resource Center, which is a really cool database, by the way. You will not be using Google for this paper, okay? We do not do research, academic research, or business research over just straight-out search engines. The internet is wonderful, but it's not trustworthy, okay? When you're in the real world, you're going to be expected to be using professional databases, professional research for what you need to be looking at, okay? You still might use Google occasionally for some things, but it's more for like background information. Okay, so as usual, if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Summarizing, I'll be grading your Faulkner papers during spring break. Okay, you have 2 discussions due at the end of this week. All right, about plagiarism, your topic paper, which is a project that takes a lot of effort. Okay, it's not a lot of writing, but you got to give it some real thought. That's due on March 13th. And then a really large project is due on March 27th. That's going to require knowing how to do MLA citing, okay, which is very difficult. So it's going to be critical that you pay a lot of attention in this unit to all of the items in the table of contents. I very carefully laid out the table of contents to provide you for the information so that you can do well in this unit. It is a hard unit. Please understand that. Don't forget to look, you might as well now be looking at item 9.1. That's the criteria for all the projects, okay? You ought to look at the rubric for the annotated bib. That's item 8.1. You should look at the rubric for the arguing position. That's item 8.2. I give you examples of annotated bibs. I give you examples of good research papers, real examples from real students, okay? So I really have spent a lot of time trying to help you find all the necessary material to do a good research paper. But you have to spend the time that's required to go over it, all right? So if you just go through the table of contents, make sure right now you understand what's in there, and then at the appropriate times, make sure you look at the individual links to turn in the best possible projects that you can. So that said, 2 discussions due at the end of this week about plagiarism, a topic paper due when you get back from spring break. Please do a good job on finding a topic for yourself. All right? Have a great week. Have a great spring break if I don't talk to you before then. Bye now.